get more on the market, I'm now being joined by Abdul Garba, equity research analyst at Don Lauren Merrifield. Thank you so much, Abdul, for joining us. It looks like there's still no respite for the market. It's still in a free fall, still in a bear market. We're looking this time at Dangote Cement leading losers further south. Now, I'm sure there are stocks that are holding out and sectors still holding out even in this bear market. Could you just point us to that direction? What stocks are holding out at the moment?
Okay, currently we have some from the banking sector, some from the petroleum sector. Specifically, Oando for the petroleum side, it actually gained, and we have a lot of stocks reporting flat. We have some support from the breweries, so that all puts up the resistance for, the effect of Dangote Cement actually pushing down the index.
Now, I've been looking at Just Breweries. In the last couple of sessions, this stock has continued to hold out, gaining less than a $1 on a daily basis, but nonetheless, it always features prominently on the gainers chart. We saw last 2 weeks ago 1 or 2 earnings from a brewery sector, but Just Brewery wasn't among. But it looks like that bandwagon effect hasn't worn off on Just Breweries yet.
Yeah, well, it hasn't run out completely because we did see champion breweries growing as a result of surprises in earnings and then being a regional brewery largely because it was able to access markets and still grow. Same goes for Joss, and probably that should hold on for a while.
Now, okay, any word on the earnings? We've seen Zenith Bank, we've seen Guaranty Trust Bank, and that interim 25 kobo dividend for GT Bank investors, but still no word on First Bank and Access Bank. Could we see that this session or perhaps towards the end of the week?
Okay, strong earnings from Guaranty Trust Bank, actually quite significant given the prior level, which was one reported for last year. It's actually growth over the year. And it still has a strong return on equity figure, way above 30. It's able to maintain that despite current challenges and what we've gone through this year, growth in loan book and all that. With that, and with other banks, the larger banks, Guaranty Trust Bank, First Bank, and Zenith, continue to show strong levels of industry growth, and with that, we'll still stick on to say, okay, hey, these ones are looking quite good right now. These banks look good.
Now let's talk about Dangote Cement. This stock has been taking a hit since this bear market started today, or right now. It's currently shared about 2 naira, and if this continues, we could actually see it seriously impacting the market numbers when the closing bell rings. Now, what do you think is the sentiment towards Dangote Cement right now? Could we see this trend continuing?
Well, 2 naira is not that significant compared to share price. It's actually a small percentage compared to it. We understand that small shifts in price may not be driven by very large volumes, as is the case here.
Okay, let's get your outlook for trading for the rest of the session. We have about 2.5 hours or so to the closing bell. We're not expecting any major market news, so perhaps we could see stocks still trending along current levels. But in terms of volume, could we see a recovery today? Because we did see quite thin volumes on Monday and Tuesday, and of course value too. Okay,
it's hard to say that really, but what we should take note of is it's not the large capitalization stocks and it's not heavy selling volumes that basically dominate the market's large percentages, large drives upwards or downwards. So there's not much drama going on the exchange. It's probably just a normal course of trading, and we should wait to see the end of the day. We've seen some sell down over the last 3 days, but even at that, it's not volume significant to drive panic or discomfort.
Now, talking about sell downs, obviously many stocks now are trading at very good value for investors, for savvy investors who see them perhaps at very good entry points. Now, within the consumer goods sector or perhaps industrial goods sector, what stocks do you prefer at this time for investors to look at?
Dangote may be selling down today, but hey, it's still a very good one. It's still a power for the index, and not just that, it's actually showing a lot of strength and a lot of potential for growth. We also have that for some of the banks, and we have some deep discount banks. We've professed Sterling Bank and Sky Bank. They're increasingly getting cheaper. yes, we will bear in mind that the effects of the recent announcements and how they would impact the next quarter's earnings will be the next watchword for how they earn over the next period, along with the issues of costs or charges to fee income that they're probably missing out from now. We want to see a situation where we adequately price what they ought to be sold at, rather than actually just punish the stocks as they are currently going through now.
Okay, lastly, Abdul, before I let you go, I'm looking at the all-share index right now, down 0.50% at 36,363.02 points. Now, could we see, between now and Friday, could we see this index actually falling down to 35,000 points?
35,000 points is a possibility. It's supposed to be where we would feel the support for the index level is. It shouldn't fall dramatically below that, but we have professed this before, that a natural level would be 33 to 35, and it has gone above that and found levels below. But there are strong growth figures given the level of earnings and from the rest of the earnings and expected for this half as results come out.
All right, thank you so much, Abdul, for sharing your thoughts with us. Abdul Garba, Equity Research Analyst at Don Lauren Merrifield, talking us through the trading numbers right now. Adenine